Hi. So today we're going to talk about drilling a hole through your concrete floor for your radon system. And finally we'll talk about sealing that PVC pipe once it's installed. So please only attempt to do this if you have the experience needed with power tools and also the appropriate PPE in order to stay safe. And the first thing that you'll need for safety is a shop vac, and this is in order to suck up the dust as you drill your holes. So next you're going to need a hammer drill, of course, and if you don't already own one, on average you can rent one for $10 to $20 for 4 hours, which would be enough to get the job done. So for drill bits, you're going to need a 1/2 inch drill bit, an 1 1/4 drill bit, and a chisel bit. And don't forget your grease to keep things working smoothly. Now you could also use a core bit to drill this hole, but we find that core bits are expensive and they're not necessarily faster to get the job done, and we tend to only use our core bit when we go through walls. So we begin with an exploratory hole maybe 5 or 6 inches away from the wall, and this is to make sure that we're not going to be hitting the footing with our main hole. So when that's been verified, we use a piece of 4.5 inch pipe as a guide to make sure that we're going to have the right size for our hole. So this is when we pull out the 1 1/4 bit.
The big boy.
So we drill our hole in the middle of our guide, and we're going to use this hole for testing. So if you notice, the nozzle of the shop vac fits perfectly in the 1 1/4 hole that we drilled. So now we can use it to test and see if we're getting suction at our test holes. So with the nozzle of the shop vac in our hole, it simulates the suction from a radon fan, and we can check our digital manometer at different parts of the basement and see how we're doing for suction. So here we see it's pulling the numbers just below 0. And we know then that when we drill this hole out and we dig it out, that number is only going to increase. So now switching back over to our 1/2 inch drill bit, we can drill the perimeter of our hole out following our guide. So with the perimeter drilled, we can now switch over to our chisel bit and drill out the middle. Now don't worry if it looks messy now. When we get to caulking and sealing the pipe, it will clean it up nicely. So once our hole is drilled, we get to work digging the hole out. To see the importance of this step, please watch our video 2 steps for a successful DIY radon mitigation and see how important it is to dig our holes out and to do some caulking of cracks in our basement. So with our hole dug out, it's time to put in our floor piece. So you want to check your hole with a piece of 4.5 inch pipe, and if it doesn't fit, you want to get out your chisel bit again and do some more drilling until it does fit. So here we are running 3.5 inch pipe for our system. So we are using a 3 to 4 reducer. If you are running 4.5 inch pipe, you could just use a 4.5 inch coupling for this step. So we next glue a 5 to 6 inch piece of 4.5 pipe into our floor piece, and this will help stabilize our pipe and keep it in place. Then using backer rod, we fill in the space around our pipe. Even without the backer rod, our floor piece will sit on the concrete because of the lip of the reducer. Next, you want to put a generous bead of caulk around the bottom of the 3 to 4 reducer. Now using a strip of cardboard, hold it tight to the reducer and smooth out the caulk. The end result will be a smooth, airtight seal. So keep in mind that everything you saw used in this video can be purchased on our website, shopradon.com. So here you can find everything you'll need for your radon mitigation, and along with help for questions you might have along the way. If you want, like and subscribe for future videos, and check out our other videos for more help. Thank you, and have a nice day.